You know, I've never seen anybody jump on a third-degree felony like this before in my life. All I can tell you is that when this is all over, everybody will know that Michael's not guilty. He didn't do this. The furthest thing from anybody's imagination, if you look at this guy's career, personality, his family, he would never, ever assault not only any elderly person, any disabled person. He doesn't even fight. I want y'all to understand what's happened here. I think both the police and the district attorney's office do not have the whole story. I'm not going to fault the DA's office for that at all. They presented what they had to a grand jury, but they didn't have everything. And they didn't have anything to no fault of their own. There was information that it was decided not to give them. I wasn't involved in this case until Friday. But they did not have what a lot of people would have liked to have in order to make up their mind. Michael did not assault this lady. He would never intentionally or knowingly do anything like that to anybody, much less someone in a wheelchair. His mother has been a coordinator for special needs children for years. He and his father have an incredible sense of right and wrong values. He and his brother do. This is not that kind of guy. If you look into his history and his background, 2017 he was Man of the Year in Seattle. If you look to his foundation and what all his foundation has done, it works on the disabled. It works on people who've had less of a chance. All kinds of things. We'll try to get a written press release out sometime at the end of the day, and we'll mention some of the things in there that you ought to look at to decide whether somebody did this. I think in fairness to the DA's office, I'm not going to go into the specific facts right now. I think we owe it to them to provide it. I think they're going to relook at the case the same as we're going to, everybody reinvestigate this case. We'll present to them everything we have. And at the end of the day, I'm comfortable they'll conclude this charge should not have been filed. But again, I want to emphasize, I'm not blaming the district attorney's office, and quite frankly, I'm not blaming the police for this. I'm simply saying there's a whole lot of information out there they don't have, and once they have, they'll change their mind. So you actually are seeing a lawyer who's just had somebody arrested and taken to jail for a third-degree felony after being indicted, who says with a smile and total confidence, they're going to change their mind. This guy didn't do it.
Well, were you aware of, how?
What did they have, you said?
Well, these were families that were there. This wasn't Michael. I don't know what they had. We haven't seen what they have, all right? I just know that there's information that shows he didn't do it, so they conceivably don't have that. I think their decision was made not to provide them everything beforehand, and I'm just simply saying that's not going to carry the day anymore. We're going to provide it to them. But if they don't change their mind, they will have a trial, and everybody get to decide. That's why they create these courthouses.
Are you saying that the family perhaps has some video or some other things they didn't share with the DA's office?
The family was never investigated, never interviewed. What you have to understand, there were like 4 to 5 families in the seating area. Keep in mind, this is this Super Bowl when New England was playing. The New England families of players, where a bunch of them were together, and they were always seeking to go out on the field. And they were always seeking to go out on the field to celebrate with their sons who had just won the Super Bowl. And that's where this occurred. I can tell you that Michael had nothing to do with what, if anything, happened with this lady they're alleging. I don't know who did or what. I don't even know what she says happened. I just know he didn't do anything, and I know what the indictment said. Like the chief of police, I wasn't there. Unlike the chief of police, I can tell you right now, this guy's not morally bankrupt. He's one of the best people I've met. And if you look back at what his career and his life has been, you look at what his foundation does, that's not a guy that does anything to elderly people in a wheelchair or anywhere else. And I'm not going to tell you what there is or not. I don't want to have to be doing that. It's unfair to those who don't have the information. We'll give it to them, let them decide. If they disagree with us, that's what we do.
You said there was a decision, though, not